Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen it. Quote Emperor Palpatine. Not really hard to do. MSNBC is demonizing anyone that doesn't basically worship the Black Panther Party, the new Black Panther Party, and Al Sharpton, and trying to create racial division and destabilize things with the whole Ferguson situation that has now spread across the U.S. As we said back on Monday, it probably would. And people said, stop fear-mongering. No, I know how this stuff works. Anybody who pays attention does. Thousands march in Times Square and other cities and other town squares across the country. That's the Daily Mail. As new evidence emerges that Michael Brown was a thug who had just robbed the store minutes before being shot. And there are now reportedly witnesses, black witnesses, that indeed he did have the officer on the ground. Again, it doesn't mean that police don't discriminate against blacks sometimes or that there isn't a police state in this country. The issue is we just go where the truth is. Does that say it's okay that the police attacked reporters and shot my reporters who were running away? Does that mean it's good to have paramilitary police aiming M4s at my reporters who are standing there with press passes with flagged microphones? Completely non-threatening? No, that's horrible. And see, this is how they're going to sell it. They're going to have MSNBC come out one-sided with Al Sharpton and Obama, and they're going to have the other side, Fox News, going, everyone is there for Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton is behind this. Meanwhile, Gateway Pundit reports it. My reporters have talked to people on the ground, on live Ustream. We need to get them to go out and do it in HD. Everybody's saying literally to you-know-what with Obama and Al Sharpton, and that this is being used to create a police state, and that all they want is the truth. And that thugs came in out of St. Louis using Craigslist to organize looting on the backs of protest. Thugs taking advantage of it, because in thug culture, that's what you do, is you loot as your form of protest, a.k.a. LA riots. So you got legitimate people that just want to know what really happened. And then you've got the police descending in. And I said this yesterday. I said, if you want nationwide demonstrations, and then if the police attack any of those demonstrations, nationwide looting, do exactly what the state police with Homeland Security involved up to their eyeballs and the local sheriff's department are doing. What they're doing is inciting people. The militarization is provocative. And the whole world is seeing this. This looks like Tiananmen Square or something. Now, the SWAT team has come out now and said they were helping the Al Jazeera and InfoWars camera people, because it was Washington Post, Al Jazeera, Infowars.com, all over there. Vice was, HBO was down the street and picked up one of our reporters that was vomiting. We appreciate that. And they're saying on the loudspeaker, turn off your cameras. They fire tear gas and rubber bullets at them and then go over and dismantle the cameras. Well, there's Fox, too. Despite reports, SWAT team helped Al Jazeera reporters, did not take their equipment. That's real funny. So you got MSNBC lying with one perspective, and you've got Fox News, national and local, literally putting out Joseph Goebbels level bull. And I'm just sorry. The world is more sophisticated, folks. We're going to really look at this and really find out what happened. And if Michael Brown's a thug and he tried to kill the cop and the cop killed him, then, you know, we're going to report that.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. And now you can protect yourself from corrupt cops with the InfoWars dash cam. It's your car's black box that records all that the driver sees and hears. And introducing the Block It Pocket. It renders your phone undetectable while protecting your private data and your health. Or take back your privacy and protect your personal information by getting your very own Detractor cell phone pouch. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
Again, my friends, it is Friday. We will be back this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be working over the weekend on some special reports that will air during the live broadcast with David Knight and myself on this Sunday edition. I'm going to have a special report on geoengineering that is declassified on record, going on worldwide. The specifics are classified, but a lot of it is now declassified. And so I want to put together the patents and the foreign news reports and the congressional testimonies where they admit that our atmosphere is being manipulated towards what end we're not being told. Just like I knew the NSA had put hubs into all telecommunication systems by the mid-1990s and kill switches into everything by October 1st, 2001, and total control grids to be able to manipulate information, not just block it. We told you all that because a lot of it was decompartmentalized and declassified, but no news media would pick it up. Now everything I told you in 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000 is mainline news. Not some of what I said, exactly what we told you. But just like something massive like that could be kept secret, even as it hid in plain view, the world's atmosphere is being assaulted. And the astrophysicist, the meteorologist, the climatologist, the planetologist that we have been interviewing over the years say it appears that the atmosphere is being assaulted and that they're attempting to destroy it. They've even have in college and high school textbooks that we've shown on air, mainline textbooks used nationwide, that the government is spraying barium salts, aluminum dioxide, and other isotopes to, quote, protect the Earth as a sunscreen. And the reason I'm going to stay late today and do this special report for Sunday is I woke up this morning, looked out the window, and there were chemtrails at 5,000 feet. Those aren't ice crystals. At 10,000 feet, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 80 degrees. I went and looked it up at this time of year in Texas. 5 to 10,000 feet. Some of them were at 10,000, some of them at 5,000. I mean, they were right over my house. This is insane. And while we're busy worried about what's happening with the police state that's been openly building in front of us that they've been denying exists for the last 20 years, all this other scientific tyranny, medical tyranny, secret death list for the veterans, it's death panels where people that have skin cancer or brain cancer or lung cancer or bone cancer who are operable, who you can save 100% of the time in some cases, 90% of the time in other cases, you can look it up, are being put on list to not be given care. Some are 25 years old, some are 80-something years old. And of course, when it came out months ago in Arizona, I said it isn't just Arizona. And then it turned out it wasn't just Arizona because it's an order. I don't care if you're in the military, you're a cop, whoever you are, and you think you're working for the system, and you think you're overall a good person, so the system must be good. No. We're going to Jakari Jackson, Joe Biggs, and Josh Owens here in just a moment for the balance of the hour. Then we'll have open phones in the second hour. But I want everybody to get this through their heads. We live in a mind control echo chamber. But people think that there's a choice because the globalists create the perception of choices. Famously in England, the two biggest grocery store chains are on record owned by the same family. They'll have motor miles in major cities where most of the dealerships are owned by the same family or the same group, but they'll put different names on them and act like they're doing deals against each other across the street. Just like a Don King heavyweight boxing match where he owns both the fighters, and they make the money on when they're going to stage the knockout. Fox News, this is bigger than Ferguson. It's bigger than demonstrations all over the country that the Democratic Party and the Justice Department are behind. It's bigger than just the system wanting to start a civil war that I've been warning you about every day for months, and now you see it beginning. And I said, watch, it's going to be race war and open borders, because I know what the globalists are up to. So when I get up here and I get mad at the police and I get mad at the demonstrators throwing rocks at them, and I criticize different angles, it's to get people into the mindset of not just going with Ford or Chevy, the Dallas Cowboys, or the 49ers. It's about getting outside the box, outside the Coke Pepsi box, outside the Democrat Republican Fox News MSNBC box, and actually looking at the big picture. Clearly, day one, the police response was a good response to looters burning down businesses. Then demonstrators come out because they don't like their town being occupied and being told get off the streets and guns being aimed at them. It escalates. The police shoot a bunch of reporters, tear down people's cameras, lose the moral high ground. The other big issue is America knows the armored vehicles, the helicopters, the surveillance, the Boston police state. People know we're living in a tyranny. The cameras. People don't trust the central government. It has a 6 to 7% approval rating. So the police then are on the ground where the rubber meets the road. So the untrusting nature of the people, for good reason, is expressed onto the police, and the globalists know that. So they're planning to then cement the police due to public backlash because of tactics that are designed to cause a backlash, to compartmentalize the police further into an us against them mentality. So the destabilization campaign can roll out, and so the police can be scapegoated instead of the New World Order and the globalist. So the New World Order and the globalist are in there training the police, giving them the hardware, the tactics of an occupying force. Then when there's a backlash against that, the feds come in as the saviors while exacerbating the racial tensions, hoping it blows up nationwide to make that the big issue and not the faltering economy, not the banker bailouts, not the open borders. And to not have the Libertarians and Republican Party that's moving to demilitarize the police, de-escalate the police state, they don't want that to happen, so they want to brand it as an Al Sharpton thug life, Democratic Party, pants hanging down around people's ankles, knockout game poster. And that's what Fox News is doing. Al Sharpton runs it all. Al Sharpton's behind the unrest in Ferguson. The people on the ground in Ferguson on video, Gateway Pundit and InfoWars has it, are saying, we hate Al Sharpton. We hate Obama. This is a police state. We're sick of having guns pointed at us. We're sick of the fact the police department has 60-something people and only 3 of them are black. And this city is mainly black. Those are all legitimate issues, folks. So there's a lot of complex things happening here. But the bigger backdrop is, this is all an example to learn how the PSYOPs are being run and how the globalists are running both sides and how the media all comes to act like Al Sharpton is who speaks for black people, an FBI informant, COINTELPRO, racist, race-baiting, thug, piece of garbage.
Everything we said came true. Everything we've done has been right.
I tend to call things like Ferguson a Rosetta Stone. A lot of listeners know what I'm talking about there. But the Rosetta Stone, for thousands of years, historians, philosophers could not read ancient hieroglyphics until they found the Rosetta Stone that had the symbols next to the words, basically, so that they could then decode it. And if you look at how they're managing this Ferguson situation in the media, you see the divide and conquer. Fox News, the police are 100% in the right. The First Amendment's bad. Attacking the press is good. Or they're saying that the press was never attacked. Rubber bullets were not fired at the press. None of the press was arrested. Fox News, there's the headline. Despite reports, SWAT team helped Al Jazeera reporters, did not take their equipment. Now, it's coming out that Ferguson cops say Michael Brown robbed store before he was killed and have released HD photos from the store of the shopkeeper being choked and attacked by a man that looks like Mr. Brown. And they've released the report. Well, that's good. They should have done that the day after. Or said, hey, we're going to release evidence, stop it. And then not started attacking people. But when the police shoot your reporters with rubber bullets, tear gas them, and run up and dismantle mainstream media's cameras after saying, turn your cameras off from hundreds of yards away, and then now the police have come out and said, oh, no, we were helping Al Jazeera. And Jakari Jackson's in the video running away. We were shooting video from behind as the flashbangs go off, and then the police run over and dismantle the cameras. And they have the nerve. We have them in press conferences. Again, we're showing for TV viewers the side shot and the back shot of Jakari when the flashbangs and the tear gas and then the rubber bullets come. And then the SWAT team runs and breaks down their equipment. And they're calling this helping them. Look, they're helping them when the Al Jazeera reporter there gets hit in the face with tear gas. Look, that's helping them. I mean, we're being fed such manifest bull. There is no NSA spying. If you built a business, you didn't build that. Obamacare cuts the price of your care 80% down to the cost of a phone bill. Raising the debt limit doesn't raise the debt limit. I'm sick of this level of lying. Whether it's Obama or the police, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You lose the moral high ground. You play into the globalist hands. They've got Justice Department facilitators, the same ones we caught sneaking around in Florida with the Trayvon Martin situation. Didn't matter if witnesses came out and said that Trayvon Martin was on top of Zimmerman and the truth had been told. Turns out Zimmerman's kind of a nut too, running around looking for trouble, which is what I thought it was from the start. They were both out of their minds. But the media turned it into a big race deal. And the Justice Department was down there, and the police are all dressed up in paramilitary, all ready for civil war. Don't play into the federal training. The feds give them this training, give them the equipment, then they act like this. It blows up nationwide, and Obama can play the part of the savior with Al Sharpton. And now anyone who's against reporters being attacked on the other side or a police state, oh, now we're with Al Sharpton. See how they do that? Jack Spratt could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. Between the two, they licked the platter clean. Full spectrum dominance. What do you think's going on here? The globalists fund and support and protect Al-Qaeda. They changed the name to IS and ISIS or ISIS to confuse everyone. Turn them loose to murder Christians and non-radical Muslims everywhere. And then they bomb a few artillery pieces claiming Obama is trying to save a Muslim minority on a mountaintop. No, the deal was to give Al-Qaeda, that's what it's called, Al-Qaeda in Iraq changed their name to IS, okay? That's a fact. That's in mainstream news back in the paper. I'm going to throw up. The people running our government stir it up. They send in the Justice Department and Al Sharpton to stir it up. We go out there to try to, okay, looks like the feds are stirring this up and there's a bunch of thugs. We better get out there. We get there on the side of the police on Monday, basically. I'm getting criticized for that. Then the police act like total monsters and are all self-righteous. And I said, this is going to blow up nationwide. What do you think, you're going to get more armored vehicles and more power out of people burning down cities? No. We're all going to lose the country, and the globalists are going to use this to bring in a police state that is mainly aimed at gun owners, the Tea Party. All the bubbas that are saying lock up all these black people and buying into this, it's aimed at you. Don't be idiots. Just like Homeland Security's for the Liberty Movement, never for Al-Qaeda. I told you that 12 years ago. Alex Jones here to break down some exciting developments in the area of research concerning supplemental iodine. It's nothing less than phenomenal. I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. And I used some of the mainline iodine supplements and they upset my stomach and I had some issues with it. Until I discovered a product being developed by Dr. Group, who I was already interviewing as an expert on my radio show, and I began taking the product before he actually rolled it out. You now know it as Survival Shield True Nascent Iodine that your body can really absorb. Then, about a year ago, he said, listen, if you think this is powerful, I'm going to come out with rare earth, deep earth crystals that are incredibly powerful that no one else has as a source for their iodine from between 7,000 and 12,000 feet, literally drilled out of the ground. You put it on a hot plate, and it turns into the pure gas. No one else has 99.99% pure iodine. And the results that I personally have had have been life-changing. I was over 270 pounds. And with the iodine, exercise, and better diet, I have lost now more than 50 pounds total, and I'm continuing to lose the weight. I have more energy, my libido, all this crap came out of my skin. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. This is innovating. This is trailblazing. And the best part is it helps fund Infowars.com, the radio show, the TV show, the whole media operation promoting true libertarian ideas. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox special at InfoWarsLife.com.